You know who Emako reminds me of? She reminds me of Hajime from Gatchaman Crowds. You know, Hajime from Gatchaman Crowds acted like an airhead. However, only because she always saw things from a different perspective from everybody. Because of that, everyone always saw her as a stupid person. But when you have the biggest destroyer in the galaxy acknowledging her as a very clever girl, only because he as well thinks the same way as she does. You know, a very positive perspective, realizing there is negativity in the world, but still use it to make a positive outcome. That's who Elmako reminds me of. As you can see, douchey Ricky just every moment and just putting people down, man. Even going head to head with Sean, man. And Sean's a pretty nice dude, man. This is for you to constantly get on Sean's bad side. Then again, Ricky gets on everyone's bad side because Ricky's just that kind of guy, man. He's gonna be up in everyone's business. No matter what he said or do, he could not keep our little sunshine down, man. Like how he was saying, "Oh, you're not holding your cup right. What are you, an idiot?" Oh, thank you. Now I know how to hold it. Like, right now she's thanking me, and then he's like, "Oh, you're embarrassing to your master." So, well, Kay says I'm fine the way as I am, so I'll believe in my master. And he's like, I can't get this girl to be angry or upset. It's because she is the ray of sunshine. She cannot be beat. She's always there. God, yeah, I love Emily's character. She's a positive character where it doesn't ignore you. Only because of the kind of setting that she's in. I'm guessing, but if she was in another setting, her character wouldn't annoy me so much. Something about it just doesn't do that where it usually does. But anyways, all you had to do was follow the orders of what Edward said and eat your sweets. And that's what they did. They ate the sweets, thanks to Elmico eating the sweets. And it turns out there's the pieces like of a lucky charm in there. So each of them start eating the sweets, and then they finally were able to do that. It was pretty interesting, dangerous. What if someone choked on that stuff? Just scarfing it down. But then again, when you're in noble society, you don't just scarf down your food. You chew your food slowly. Good for digestion. So since they chew their food, they're able to easily find the pieces and put them together to make a key to open a door to get into the garden maze. Now we can see Edward's perspective, where he was actually just playing piano for piano's sake. He wasn't really trying to do anything that devious, but thanks for Ricky, he started dancing, and he really has it out for Kate for some reason. He can't stand Kate, and I guess he wants Kate to be that weak link that cut off. But they ended up going exactly the way he wants it to go, but he's trying to keep his composure because he's trying to appease the great grandfather. Now, the sections of their level will determine who gets to pick what tools they can get in order to save their master, who is that are locked up somewhere in the maze. So each person chose this thing by the ranks. Lou got to choose first, but Lou is someone who doesn't really live for herself. She is a perfect example of a doll, because she doesn't even decide things for herself. She literally took a stone and tossed it over her shoulder to see what to pick. She doesn't know what to do. She just goes with the flow, I guess. Then it was Ricky and Sean, which once again button heads. Sean just want to get over but Ricky just has to make a scene. I swear to God, he's like freaking Vegeta, man. just can't let it go. And so Sean chooses something very, actually helps him out a lot. Actually, since Sean has poor eyesight, him using magnifying glass was pretty good. Then at the same time, Ricky chooses a suit, which everyone Sean made fun of, like, oh, he's using a suit. But no, the suit actually could help you. You gotta keep yourself clean, so I'm gonna choose a suit. Then you have Rum. Rum chooses the lantern, and Emilico, which everyone thought she would choose the bread. Like, y'all really thought she would choose the bread? Like, come on, people. Instead, she chose the wagon, the carry wagon. Pretty big for her size, but she chose it, which can come in handy, actually. It can be a burden, but yet be handy at the same time. It'll leave you at a disadvantage where you can't go in certain places, which is shown later on in the show, where you start seeing like steep ends, where you can't just walk over, you actually have to jump. But she jumps, you can't carry the wagon with her. So there's that. But they're also giving some supplies of a map and stuff like that they need, like something to draw on and stuff. And luckily, Sean had his magnifying glass to tell where he needed to go. But Sean was saying if only Emiko was here because she has sharp eyes. Sean really respects and admires Emiko and her unique way of thinking. And within the Shadow House community, a lot of people ship them together, even though they're just children. But then again, that's whatever. But however, no. Emiko is teamed up with Rum, who wants to become useful, wants to do something with everyone always looking down on her. She wants to be acknowledged. And since Kate's acknowledging her, she wants to help out, give her her very best. Then at the same time, we also have a very pair I didn't see coming, which is Ricky and Lou. Lou with the scissors, just cutting whatever. She didn't even bother looking into the bag. That's how empty-minded she is, which is kind of dangerous. It's almost as if Louise is only obsessed with Lou's looks, and because of that, the only thing she's concerned with besides her master is also the looks, and that's all that matters to her. So Lou literally is an empty doll. She doesn't think about anything else, which is very alarming, which Ricky is going to exploit that, or however it could bite him in the butt, because if she gets ticked off, she's going to get him. So Ricky got to think smart. Now we get to see the shadows themselves of the debut, and they're all in their cages, but we only got to see John and Kate. John is just like Sean, where they're actually both very strong, but more than likely, John awakened his soot powers, and he was able to break out his crate, while instead Kate is apparently John was in a crate, while Kate is in a cage, So they're all in different places. They're probably not going to be in the same kind of hold up. They'll probably be different. So Kate in her self is wondering what she should do, but she has her anxiety. So when she does that, you can tell where she's at, which is helping out Emiko a lot to find where she's at. However, John's like, I'm impressed with you. Mary, she already wants to have marriage already on the mind of her. But that is how it is like in some noble society, They plan ahead for the sake of the bloodline and the family. That's how it is in that world. But of course, Kate's just mostly annoyed with it, which is understandable. Anyways, but it seems like John has some strong ambitions. He wants to become the next ruler of the Shadow House, the next big dog, I guess. So that's his thing. So, however, he wasn't thinking like, hey, if you're not where you need to be, how is Sean going to find you? I guess make some noise. That's my opinion on the matter. Make some noise if you want Sean to find you. Now, in the meantime, we get to see some head honcho, some adults in the Shadow game watching over it. So it's mainly to see not just the usefulness of the dolls, but also who is breaking their powers within the game as well. They're literally looking at every Shadow Master as having their own reason of wanting to be watching the game, That's one of the main reasons. Very interesting what the debut is truly about. Probably to see who is breaking their soot powers or not. That's probably the main point of one of the main points anyways. We'll have to wait and see. Well, anyway, that's what I'm going to end for today. This is, once again, very interesting. This is one of my favorite arcs within the series, because you get to see the characters interact for the first time and really use their imagination to overcome certain problems. So I'm enjoying it right now. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, of course hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrown on Anime, signing out.